Boston Celtics at 26-10. Always shot out of a cannon as we take
17 games, and then is only playing his 14th game tonight. It's been tough for them to develop the chemistry we saw from them last year.
Only twice has Boston had their top 8 in the rotation together.
Zingas, that you can run a pin down for him to come off on the move and shoot that mid-range jumper.
Jamal Murray expected to have a big game. You know his shot attempts are going to go. I like what Lauren said. She talked to Michael Malone before the game, as did we, and he made no bones about it. I mean, there is no single player that is more important to his team than Nikola Jokic is to the Denver Nuggets. The on-off numbers show that. Don't normally get it. They're going to want to play fast against Boston, and you throw it out there and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only do some guys get playing time, but you already mentioned it with Murray. Some of the key guys, Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Russell Westbrook, get even more opportunities than usual.
Brown ends up on Porzingis. The double team comes, a fourth shot. Good defense by Denver. These are two teams that are in the top 5 in scoring and offensive efficiency, and yet they go about it in much different ways as Westbrook misses the layup. Boston will fire up a historic number of threes. As a matter of fact, they're on a pace to lead the NBA and maybe at all times in this game, taking a page out of the Celtics book. Porzingis answers
early. That's the only 2 three-point shooters really that Denver puts on the floor. Charlotte's trying to prove me wrong, but does not. And so they don't have a lot of shooting. The interesting thing with Denver, they're 4th in the league in three-point percentage, but they shoot the fewest threes in the league because they just don't have a lot of shooters.
Fewest threes in the league for Denver, most threes in the league for Boston. And Denver kind of the anomaly in the way they play. This league is a copycat league in a lot of ways, and a lot of teams use the 3-ball effectively. Denver, if you are against your team to follow.
Well, absolutely, because you said it. Last in the league in three-point attempts, 1st in the league in fast break points, 1st in the league in points in the paint. They are different than everyone else in this league.
Brown just drops his shoulder. Nice pass. Whistles one to Horford, who
against Oklahoma City, but now only 17 for 62 in the last 11+ games.
Michael Porter Jr. once again. He is 42% from three-point range. He's up over 52% overall. Been a banner year.
8, and in those 8,
the same high school, Bishop Hendricken in Rhode Island, and perhaps an NBA Finals preview here tonight with 2 teams that have very high expectations. Boston coming in at 26-10, although they've leveled off through the month of December and here early in January. Westbrook fires a 3, and now
I don't think it'll keep up the whole game, but there was when Boston's opponents have outscored them from the 3-point line.
Boston coming off a loss range.
Well, that's been the problem, right, with Boston. It's a bit of a struggle for them lately. They've only won 7 of their last 13 after starting 9-4. And in 5 of those 6 losses, they've shot 30% or less from 3-point line.
They feel like they have a lot more that coming under. Scores the basket.
And the assist from Brown, who's averaging a career-high assist, just under 5 a game.
Westbrook finds charge, high pass, couldn't handle it. Now Tatum off to the races. Tatum taking on Porter and a 2.
So they missed it twice, and the Celtics turned it into a dunk at the other end.
Now Michael Malone was letting Shea Flores have it as we were going to break. And here's Westbrook for 3, and another one is good. So Russell Westbrook as a starter, the numbers are up, efficiency is up. Anytime you're playing with Jokic, mostly that's going to happen, but Russ has really responded with these Denver Nuggets in the starting lineup. As Al Horford with a...
You talked about Westbrook. Westbrook shooting 65% in the last 5 games.
Porter, that is a long, such a beautiful stroke as well. And as tall as he is at 6'10", tough to contest those jumpers.
Yeah, 6'10" and a high release. And as you said,
Coach, he is the Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Jokic, the Western Conference Player of the Week. If you're just joining us, Jokic is out tonight with an illness. misses. Man, Denver Nuggets are hanging in there early against the reigning champs. Porzingis misses a three. Porter Jr. with the rebound. Drew Holiday picks up Murray. Here's Brown now. Brown running into the Horford wall. Porter gets to the three-point line. They leave him there. And Porter Jr. with the miss. He doesn't miss many.
Certainly doesn't miss many that are that open. Boston dodging a bullet there.
Westbrook to Porter, up ahead, Brown. Brown taking on Brown. Oh, denied by Tatum. Horford running the break. Tatum up top, Porzingis. Up run. And they lead it by 4. Saric picked up by Holiday. Saric would think he has to be rusty, surrounded. Julian Strawther, Peyton Watson, and Zignaji come in for Denver. Murray follows the zone, can't get it to go, and Horford picks it off the glass. Tatum. Picked up by Watson. Watson did such a good job at times against Wembanyama. That terrific weekend of basketball we saw between Denver and San Antonio this past weekend, Coach.
Yeah, if you didn't like those two games between Denver and San Antonio, it's pretty simple. You're not a basketball fan. Those
teams.
were 2 great games and led by 2 great players.
A lot of fun to watch. Jokic, big numbers. Cornette swipes. Just to remind you that the NBA on TNT is brought to you by the Key. Jamal Murray, who are going to be the others to step up outside of Jokic, and he's certainly one that has in the past.
Going averaging 21.5 over his last 6 games.
Overall, giving Denver 19 a game and 6 assists. Tatum gets by Najee. Tatum going strong. Strong basket by Jason Tatum. Peyton Pritchard picks up Murray. Double team comes. Najee tries. Najee and Cornette with the block. Stood in there tough against Zeke Najee with a head of steam. Pritchard on a no-look from Hauser. Cash.
A leading candidate by far for 6th man of the year and leads the NBA with 15 games of 5 or more threes made.
Last guy on the floor in the pregame warm-ups today, putting up a ton of shots. Murray, tough 3. Pritchard the rebound. Pritchard went scoreless against Oklahoma City on Sunday. We know he was glad to see that one go down. Tatum spins off Murray. /vote to cast your ballot.
Porzingis got him started, scoring 9 of the first 12. And now 10 of the last 18 from Tatum as the Celtics go to their zone.
8-0 run for Boston. Here's Strawther. Strawther, nice blow out of Gonzaga. Had 3 years at Gonzaga. Minutes are up. Scoring is up. Getting a real shot here. With a championship come trade deadline is a major question. Are there enough pieces around him to make another run at a title?
But there are not, in my opinion. I mean, they are so dependent on him and as Porzingis. They just don't have enough, and they've elected not to. And he's a great win.
Part of that young talent decided to go with this youth movement. Here is Tatum, comes up short. Westbrook runs it down. Denver running now, and Pritchard with the steal. Back comes Boston. Tatum, nothing there. Will reset it and poked away from behind. Tatum guarded by Westbrook. And Westbrook.
It's usually because you got hit on the arm.
Watson gets the Tatum assignment. Tatum and Watson.
Watson rose up the ranks.
I was just going to say,
it's worth
we're
noting.
very lucky that I'm here and not Reggie, or we'd be on 10 minutes of UCLA Bruins.
Strawther misses the 3. You see Porzingis back on the floor. And Porzingis goes to work right away. Turnover. Well, Russell Westbrook has certainly had a great impact here with the Nuggets. Michael Malone raves about him. What he's been able to do, he's given him a an extra piece, especially coming off the bench early. We'll see what happens with Denver, too, and they get Aaron Gordon back, Coach. That's a monster piece that should be back soon, maybe even by the weekend. Lauren's going to have more on Gordon later in the broadcast, but there's a reason why some of their numbers have slipped as Porzingis first quarter points.
Yeah, and with Aaron Gordon, he's their best and their most versatile defender. And the Nuggets, a team that struggle at the defensive end of the floor anyway, to not have Aaron Gordon has been very difficult. But they've hung in there, and a lot of it is because of this guy. Russell Westbrook's done a great job as a starter in his place. 7
straight start for Westbrook. Misses at the end of the clock. Celtics can get up the last shot. Tatum drives, cups it, kicks it, and Pritchard couldn't handle the pass.